College football playoff starts tonight, and I bet $10,000 on the Indiana-Notre Dame game. I'm going to give you that play later on in this video. We're going to analyze the game a little bit and talk about college football today. There's also some NBA on the slate for today. I have 2 VIP plays sent out on Winnables so far. A lot of NBA, or only 3 games actually. The algorithm hasn't spit out an NBA play, but we might have one for later. College basketball, we have a couple games. We haven't bet anything there yet, but we might later. All the focus right now is on this Notre Dame-Indiana game, and it's going to be a good one. Both teams are 11-1. Indiana hasn't really played anybody. Some people would argue that Notre Dame hasn't really played anybody either, but both teams are 11-1. Indiana's only loss was against Ohio State, where they got pretty much destroyed. It should have been 38-7, but they got a late garbage touchdown. Notre Dame's loss was very early in the season at home versus Northern Illinois. Kind of a throwout game, in my opinion. Ever since then, they've won 10 in a row. They beat Army, they beat Navy, they beat Louisville. Pretty much, or all those games were at home. But they did go on the road to USC the last week and take care of them pretty easily. So let's look at the line in this game. It's 52.5 at open on the total. It's moved down to 50.5 at some places. Notre Dame started favorited by 8.5, and now it's 7 and 6.5 in some other places. Minus 270 on the money line, plus 220. Indiana's offense is very explosive, and it's done well this entire season. But when they faced a real opponent like Ohio State, they struggled to score any points the whole game because they were dominated with the line play, offensive and defensively. Ohio State destroyed them on the line. And Notre Dame is known as one of the best defensive teams in the country. And offensively, what do? They're very similar to Ohio State. It's not about the quarterback slinging the football down the field. For Notre Dame and Ohio State, it's all about the run game. It's all about being physical up front and dominating the line of scrimmage. So I think Indiana's going to have a lot of trouble stopping Notre Dame because it's very similar to what they saw in Ohio State, except I think Riley Leonard's a better quarterback than Will Howard. Ohio State does have the edge in the run game, but Jeremiah Love is not too shabby either. He's going to be a really good running back in the NFL at the next level. And when we look at the other side of the ball, Indiana's offense has been good, but Notre Dame's defense has also been very impressive. They haven't let up many points. Look, 13-7, 14-3, 14-14. Against USC, they did let up a little bit more points, but that's a little bit better of a team. And also Notre Dame, they were up 2 touchdowns late, ended up covering. The game wasn't in any doubt. So with all of that being said, there is going to be some snow tonight. I believe it's going to be snowing during the game. It's going to be very cold, which favors the more physical football team yet again, which in this matchup, I think it's going to be Notre Dame. They have the better athletes. They have the better coach in Marcus Freeman, and they have the more physical football team. So the free play for today, I bet $10,000 on it. You can see on my Instagram Reels, there's a $10,000 bet I just placed at Circa. We're taking Notre Dame minus 6.5. That's what Circa had it. It was minus 115. If you could get it at 6.5, I recommend taking that. Minus 7 is a little bit of a second thought. But I do think Notre Dame's going to win the game between 10 and 14 points tonight, especially at home in the cold weather and the snow. They're going to dominate the physicality battle, and they're going to win this one. It's a 3-unit play for me. That means whatever you've been betting on my last 10 free plays on YouTube, you want to bump this one up a little bit. I'm betting 3x on it. And if you want to get my other plays today for free, I'm limiting it to only 5 spots. I'm going to put a link in the description below to get 5 spots of my VIP picks available for free. You could use that for tomorrow if you get in at this point. I'll see everybody later. We're going to have a fun time watching the game. If you want to sweat it with me, I'll be on Twitter, tweeting all throughout the game, and I will be making some Instagram Reels. I'm CBlez on Instagram, BlezBets on Twitter, Threads. I'll see everybody later. Let's cash this Notre Dame bet and move on to bowl season with a 1-0 start in the college football playoff.